Yeah.
Yes,
Ladies and
sir.
gentlemen,
Yes,
we're back
sir.
again with another one. Episode 29,
Like a
the
control
free
baby.
agency, edition. Lack of control, Lou Armani Khalil. Guys, we've been dropping episodes. We've been recording on Mondays and dropping on Tuesdays, but it seems like everything within, post NBA finals, everything within the NBA has been going on Tuesdays. That's why we've been dropping on Wednesdays. So we appreciate you guys with the understanding of not being ready with episodes on Tuesdays, but hopefully this should be the last one, and then we will be back on our regular scheduled program moving forward. But yeah, guys, I mean it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where we are located here in Orlando, so free agency within the NBA has officially kicked off. The frenzy of NBA free agency kicked off about an hour ago, at 6. Some trades has happened since the last time we recorded, and you guys seen us. So we're gonna go through it all today, man, as much as possible. Um, but first off, how are the fellas doing, man? How are y'all? How are you guys?
Doing pretty good, man. Can't complain. My grandmother just had cataract surgery last week, so she low-key can't really see out the other eye, which is funny little story of the day. You can't tell Jamaican women anything. I'm telling y'all that right now, fellas. Island women, let me say that. Island women,
Oh
y'all can't
yeah.
tell them nothing. This lady is downstairs the day it was earlier last weekend, I believe it was. She was downstairs cooking food. I'm like, Grandma, what you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just making some food. I'm hungry. I'm like, why you didn't say something? Somebody would have cooked for you. She's like, oh no, it's okay. Mind you, she's downstairs in the kitchen with shades on top of her head like so, one eye like so, trying to cook food. I'm like, Grandma, you a real one, but step aside. That's wild. You can't be
Hey,
one-eyed Joe in this shit.
hey, she say she ain't she gonna make herself useful. She don't care what she got going on. She don't care how she feeling. She gonna make herself useful. So hey, I don't blame her. Honestly, when I
Facts.
get to that age, I'll probably be on the same type of stuff. Like, hey, I know what I'm doing, young blood. Like, move to the side. Just stand in the corner.
Move aside, young
Like,
blood.
that's the type of stuff I'm gonna
Yeah.
be, old bro. Stand in the corner, young
Armani
blood.
as an older guy, yo, that I can't wait for that, yo. Well,
I feel like
I
I'm
can
gonna look
wait
like
for that. Let me
Uncle Drew
rephrase. I
for
can wait
real.
for that. But that boy gonna have all the grays in his fro.
For real.
That's gonna be funny.
That
Outside
hair
of
won't
that,
be
that's it.
that hair won't be just it'll just be more moppy at that point. It's gonna be more moppy unless you put
Facts.
some hair product. That shit's gonna be just moppy. That's what happens with age, bro.
One part of the fro is just gonna be a little bit low, and the other one's gonna be higher.
Yeah.
bro, and it's crazy because I already got a couple of gray hairs, bro. So yeah,
Hey man, join the club, man. Join the club.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
it ain't no
it's
thing.
cool. Salt and pepper gang.
Yeah,
There
man.
you
You
go.
already
There
know.
you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salt and pepper
Let's
I'm
gang.
over here
go.
Show
saying
that
like there
wisdom.
you go, like as if it's like as if I have like a shit ton of grays. Like I don't, but I have a little patch right here on
Don't
the
worry,
side of my
yo.
head. Just got a small patch, and when I get a haircut, you can hardly tell. And I'm wearing a hat because I haven't gotten a haircut in a minute, so you guys won't see it. Don't try asking.
Y'all can see I'm rocking a messy bun today. Shout out to my dreadheads out there. Shout out to my dreadheads. But other than that, man, my weekend was good. My week was good. So far, life is up. Can't complain. So pretty happy. But yo, this free agency is wild right now. Wow,
So
we got
far, yeah,
players
man.
on different teams. We're seeing new cultures being established. Shit, we seen not too long ago. Obviously, we talked about the Giannis trade last week. But yo, Miami recently just picked up Tim Hardaway Jr., so that's some fire shit for you, Armani. I'm sure you're pretty excited. So
That
yeah,
boy
man, it's a lot of
stunting
stuff
like his
going on in
daddy.
the NBA.
Yes, sir. That boy stunting like his daddy. You know, Tim Hardaway in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like father, like son. Obviously, not the same
He won't be
caliber
playing
of
like his
player,
daddy.
but yeah, I was gonna say not the same caliber.
Just saying.
Not the
Is he gonna
same
get
caliber
is his number
player.
retired?
But
Did they retire Tim
Yeah.
Hardaway's number?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
number
what I
10.
thought.
But what I will say is he's a perfect fit alongside Giannis and Bam. We need to get as many shot creators, scorers, 3-point shooters as possible. So I love it so far. We just gotta see if we can get old man Braun back. You know what I'm saying? We could get old man Braun back down to South Beach. That'd be perfect.
Hottest
be
free
happy.
agent right now. Hottest free agent.
Yeah.
All he said that he is
Speaking,
just not going to the Lakers.
yep, yeah.
That's all.
As of a few hours ago, breaking news from LeBron James's camp, aka Rich Paul, and Clutch Sports is that he will play. He will play next season, but it will not be with the Los Angeles Lakers. So they could start shifting their gears towards other free agents, and LeBron will be looking to play elsewhere. So that's already, that's ideally he is the hottest coveted free agent right now. It, according to reports from Shams, is that he's open for business with pretty much any other team. What he's looking forward to is just kind of playing meaningful and fun basketball. It's not a financial thing for him. So, but the three teams that he's linked to is Golden State, Miami, and a possible return back home to Cleveland. So, and I mean, out of those, ideally, where I would love to see him go would be Miami. I have mentioned before in the past when even at the start of the season where they were asking like, oh, if like is LeBron going to come back or whatever. I was intrigued with the whole Golden State idea. I didn't mind it. The narrative of him joining, I guess, like his rival in Steph, going back to like LeBron being with the Cavs. I didn't really look at it so much in that aspect. I looked at it as they play well when they play together. Yes, we've only seen it in USA basketball and in All-Star games, but I think that they complement each other well. So I was okay with it. But the problem with that is if he goes to Golden State, you you pretty much you don't really got a bench. You don't really got a bench. You don't really have a real team once those guys are out. They're older, so you have to worry about injuries. That's just something that can't be disregarded. Those guys are going to be known to feel the pain, and you need those bench guys to come in. You got Moses Moody, who's possibly going to miss either the whole entire year or a good chunk of the year due to that gruesome injury he had last year. Hope he's recovering well.
Nasty.
And then you don't got no Jimmy Butler that's gonna be back at the start of the year, which we still don't even know if he's even gonna be a part of the team at the start of the year. Pods to me still hasn't. He is a role player in my opinion, but he's still not a guy that you look at as like, oh, okay, you got Pods coming off the bench, and it's something like, oh, we gotta build a team or our bench around a team that's to stop Pods and company coming off the bench for Golden State. You got guys like Quentin Post, Al Horford, Chris Stopps, more than likely that would come off the bench. That's still not enough for me. So if he can manage to land in Miami or Cleveland, that will be his better opportunity when it comes to winning. So that's my take on the whole LeBron thing. I wouldn't mind. I don't care either out of any of those three. I don't care. But where I would like to see him will go. I would like to see the return, the decision to, if you will, to Miami.
I like him. Honestly, I don't have to disagree. I like him going to Golden State, but I do agree with you on the portion where are going to need to increase their bench. You can't just rely on what they currently have right now to take them very far. But just for the sake of nostalgia purposes, I mean, for people that have been watching LeBron James, Steph Curry for the years that have been going on, it would be obviously really interesting to see how they play in an NBA season opposed to the Olympic Games or the All-Star Games, how they play on the same team together. I personally would like to see it as a basketball fan. Don't know how far they would go with it. Obviously, as you mentioned, Lou, they are going to obviously have to beef up that bench because you can't rely on having Steph Curry, a LeBron James, a Draymond Green on that team and not have a reliable bench to be able to give those guys breaks. So I do agree with you. They are going to need to get some beefing up on their bench for sure. But I like him on Golden State because he's been wanting to play with Steph Curry for a while. You put him on that team. You already know Steph Curry and LeBron James probably have realistically a few seasons left, not very, very much left on there. So if you're going to try and go and win a championship, shit, fuck it. Bring in LeBron James. I don't know what his number is going to be, but hey, try and do something. The Miami deal, I don't know how I feel about Miami if he goes there. They don't have much depth either, in my opinion. They gave up pretty much their young core roster to Milwaukee, so that's going to be a little odd on what they're going to decide to do. Cleveland, yes, would be amazing pick for him, obviously, because they do have the role players over there. They have the bench to fill out. They have the team to be able to do that, to move pieces around. But I want to see him with Steph Curry. I ain't gonna lie. That would be a show off right there. Just box office seeing LeBron James and Steph Curry on the same team. Again, I don't know what his jersey number is gonna be. That's the discussion he's gonna have with Draymond Green
Man,
and God, but I like him in
Golden
Golden
State
State.
and LeBron jersey, bro. That's just so nasty, bro. I just don't. That's why I don't want to see. I want to see LeBron play with Steph, but I don't want to see him in a Golden State jersey. Like out of all the years we watched them compete and go at each other's necks, just for him to end up in Golden State, it's just like all those years of LeBron fans versus Golden State and Curry fans. It's like, to me, it reminds me of if Kobe at the end of his career went and played at Boston because he always wanted to play with KG. It's like, ew, like we don't want to. Well, me personally, as a person who's seen this and this is my childhood, like I seen this rivalry growing up. I don't want to see LeBron in the Golden State jersey. I would really rather see him in Cleveland. Obviously, for selfish reasons, I want him in Miami. But even then, like we've seen LeBron in Miami, we've seen him in Cleveland. But LeBron in Golden State, just that eyesore alone is just I really don't want to see that. I really, to be honest.
Yeah,
And that's not even just Golden State.
I feel that.
I don't want to see him in Minnesota because I know he's opening up his options to other teams. I don't want to see him like for LeBron's legacy and for his image. And this is honestly, LeBron's one of those guys to me that is important. I just want to see him go to Miami or Cleveland. Just choose one or the other. Do your farewell tour and call it a career, and ride off into the sunset at that point. So. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Suppose he doesn't decide to pick any of the teams we go with. Suppose he doesn't decide to go Golden State or Cavs or even Miami. If there was another team that he were to go to, where would he be a best fit? Lou, what do you think? If not those three, what other team?
Honestly, I haven't even thought that far because I don't see him fitting in any other team. I mean, seriously, I mean, I don't see him fitting in any other team. I mean, maybe one team, and that would be the Denver Nuggets. That's just because then you could do like a sign and trade for Peyton Watson. And Peyton Watson's already linked to the Los Angeles Lakers. Like that's going to be their priority for the big splash in free agency if they can't manage to retain the majority of their free agents. So I could see the Nuggets as like the closest thing possible, but outside of that, those are the three teams that we've been talking about. Golden State, Cleveland, and Miami are the only three teams I've really truly thought about. Like I can't see him going anywhere else.
I feel that. Yeah, man, big news, man. We don't know where LeBron James is gonna go. Hopefully, you guys, for the ones that want to see him go to Miami, finish off that career, do that little farewell tour, or for the ones that stay true for Cleveland, want to see him in Ohio, see him play with Donovan Mitchell, maybe James Harden. We'll see how that goes, how that trade, if that happens. But yeah, we know he's just not gonna be with the Lakers. We know that for sure. Golden State, like I said, I feel a little bit on that one, but trades, man, it's crazy. A lot of crazy things going on right now in free agency, and I'm sure we're gonna see some more news going on while we're recording too here. But yo, on the next box office trade, aside from LeBron James, Ja Morant to Portland.
Ooh,
how y'all feel about that?
Don't get me started.
How y'all feel about? I already know Armani didn't like the fact,
bro.
Playoffs, they didn't do the shirts. Now they got Ja Morant over there. How you feeling,
bro? When I seen this trade, I couldn't stop thinking or talking about it for like 2 hours, damn near, bro. Like,
bro,
to
Armani
me,
was pissed. He was so mad.
I was legit mad, bro, because I'm like, what in the hell is this owner doing? Like, this is a one and only owner that I legit hate. Like, I've never hated an owner because they don't be in the spotlight. But I don't like this dude, bro. Like you said, he's being cheap as hell. He's skimped out on Tiago Splitter. He's fucking over the new coach. He's not like investing into his fans. He's not investing into his players. And then you turn around and trade for Ja, and it's like, why? Well, like, how does Ja help Portland get better? They have 1,000,001 guards. You got Shaden Sharp there. You got Scoot Henderson there. You got Drew still there. You got Dame still there. You got Denny, who's a ball handler. Now you got Ja. In what world does that make sense? And then it dawned on me. This owner is money hungry. So Ja is a box office name. He has one of the best shoes selling out. It's ticket sales. Duh. That's why this owner did it. And to me, it's like, if that's what you're going into the season doing, Portland just had a really good year. They just had a resurgent year. Denny did just prove that he can be a franchise cornerstone. And I feel like this owner is meddling going into it, fucking it up. And it's not an indictment on Ja as a player, even though he has honestly declined. But to me, it's like, bro, you're taking the ball out of Denny's hands. You're taking the ball out of Dame's hands when he come back. You still got to figure out what you're going to do with all the other guards with Drew, and you still haven't gotten to that point yet. Yet, you're trading for another guard who's injury prone, who's barely played, and who has declined at 26, 27. What sense does that make when you need front court players and you need big men? It makes no sense. And honestly, that did it for me. That's what made me say, yeah, the new owner of Portland is terrible. He's bad. He's bad, bro. I have no words. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's a little off. Obviously, they didn't have playoff spirit.
Yeah, it's just not. It just doesn't make sense when it comes to like what they already have, because they didn't really have a lot of key. They didn't have a lot of key players that were free agents. So for them to make that trade, like, yeah, okay, maybe did they need to make trades to make that team better? Absolutely, 100%. But the problem is that you traded for another guard when you got Dame coming back, and of course. And I guess this ties into what Armani said with the guy being money hungry, because you're bringing a fan favorite, an all time great of that franchise, and Dame Lillard back. He's coming back next season, so that's going to increase ticket sales. Then you're bringing in a guy like Ja Morant in. So, in basketball context, it doesn't make sense. Like, you're going to put two guys that are ball dominant. And then you got Denny as well, who has proven exactly what Armani said to be a cornerstone of that team. So what's your motive here? Like, what do you got planned? How do you really think this is going to work long term? Because even if they didn't even have Dame, how is Denny and Ja going to work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting mix-up.
You don't really have proven shooters either. Like, outside of Dame, they don't really have proven shooters. Like, Shaedon Sharpe is not a proven shooter. Yeah, can he knock him down when he gets hot? Sure, just like any guy with a decent shot can. But he's not like a Michael Porter Jr. He's not like a Tim Hardaway Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even got that surrounding your guys. You don't even got that coming off the bench. And let's now, if you flip the coin and you look at what they gave away to get Ja, you traded a bunch of kibbles and bits. You traded Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. No, zero picks, bro. Donuts of picks that you gave away to get Ja Morant. That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Giving up Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Chris Murray obviously not as much of a shooter as he was like his brother, like Keegan Murray. But giving up Jeremy Grant was a little surprising, considering the fact of how much they paid Jeremy Grant with that extension. But not only just that, but Ja Morant also too, he's coming off an injury where he was sidelined with an elbow injury and dealt with significant off-court distractions. So now you're taking that and moving into Portland, which, if you guys know about Portland and Seattle area, it's a pretty depressing ass state. So be that as it may, you taking a player that has had off-court distractions and taking him to a state that's pretty depressing. I'm sorry, Portland, but I don't know what they got going on over there. I don't know if they, like Armani mentioned, if they're trying to do it to bring in really some tickets, but I ain't liking it. I don't know what size they're gonna have over there now. All they got is what their options are what Dame, Ja, and Denny Avia, like,
and let's not forget they still got Drew Holiday.
You know what's the worst part
too?
Y'all know what's the worst part? They plan to start all three of them together. You're gonna start Ja, Dame, and Denny all together. That makes absolutely no sense. Where's the defense coming from?
So who's the ball?
Where's the shooting
who's the ball handler at that point?
Right?
Yeah, that's atrocious. That's terrible.
Those are the main two questions. Who's going to be handling the ball and who's going to be your shooter? That's the main questions right there.
Who's guarding?
And what's your plan? Yeah, like there's no defense when it comes to Ja and Dame. Like, and I'm not saying that they're like they're terrible defenders, but they're not known for their defense. Drew Holiday, out of the three, is the only one who's known for his defense. Not even Denny Avia is known for his defense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So atrocious. It's like you don't have no defense right there. Again, it's a questionable move. I would have preferred to see Ja land in a team like Phoenix. If they could have possibly done something where they could have rerouted Fred VanVleet. But maybe at this point, maybe figuring it out in Houston. But over there
Shit, maybe even Dallas at this point. Because to
at
Portland,
this point, it probably would have made a little bit more sense. Still, yeah,
It
because
still
I'm
would've
sure
made
at
it's
that
more
just
point,
sense.
if you
Portland
picked
is like
yeah,
like at this like I don't even know like with confusing trades like this is definitely up there with confusing. It's probably right next to the Julius Randle trade. Also, it's very very odd. I don't know what Portland's direction that they're trying to go with here or what team that they're trying to go with, but I don't know if the owner forgot. But bro, you're in the Western Conference. Like,
yeah.
what conference did you think you were playing in, dude? You just picked up Ja Morant with the expectations of what? Like, are there going to be more picks to follow, or sorry, more trades to follow? I mean, we
Hey,
haven't seen anything
he
come
better
up
have
yet
something
since we've
up
been
his
talking.
sleeve.
Yeah, he
He
better
better
have
have something
something,
up
dude,
his
because you
sleeve
get rid
because
of your
that
coach, you bring in Ja
don't make
Morant, you
sense.
get rid of Jeremy Grant. Like, it's really really off. And then
And
you
you're
obviously
doing all of
signed
this with
Damian
a
Lillard not
first
too
year
long
head
ago.
coach. With a first
Yeah,
year head
it's
coach. Who's on the
really
team option, by the
it's
way.
really odd. And if I'm
Yeah.
Damian Lillard too, I know I'm Damian Lillard. I was brought back to this team because you guys love me and everything. But like, how much y'all love me? Because what y'all doing? Like,
Yeah, and
for
it's
real?
like
Like,
I was
what's
telling
going on
Armani,
right now?
they didn't bring Dame for Dame to come off the bench. They didn't bring back Dame for Dame to come off the bench. A guy like Dame, just like many other stars in the league slash superstars, you don't go to a team in whether it's the same type of situation, whether you're hurt and you're recovering, or you go back to like a franchise like how Dame did. You don't bring these guys back to come off the bench. You're bringing these guys in to play and to be an integral part of whatever it is that you got going on. But again, the main question that we've been constantly repeating in this job segment is, what is your plan? What do you guys planning on doing? Are you planning on exploring Drew Holiday trades? Are you possibly gonna flip Ja? But I don't think Ja is going anywhere. I think they made the trade for Ja to stay
Nah,
there.
he's not.
But what is the future looking like? What are you
Yeah, I
guys
still
planning
think they
on
got some
doing?
other things that they have to work on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
You know what it's
not a
looking
really
like,
good
Will?
look for Portland.
The Chicago
What?
Bulls. That's what it's looking like. That's
All the
what they're looking
logjam
like.
All
at the
them
point guards
guards.
and the
Yeah.
guard position. Yeah, it's a logjam up
That's
there.
what the
And
future is
then
looking like. A better
uh,
version of the Chicago
I,
Bulls.
I can say right now that the Memphis Grizzlies won that trade. Memphis Grizzlies are beefing up. I think. I mean, Lou said it last episode. They're beefing up over there, gearing up for some war. I mean, they got some big dudes, and then you pick up a Jeremy Grant on your team as well. I mean, he can facilitate. Not facilitate. He can shoot the ball very well as well. So, hey, look out for Memphis, and they're also in the Western Conference as well.
Look out
So
for Memphis.
I would keep an eye out
Uh,
for.
wow.
I'd keep look out for Memphis. I would look
I
out
mean,
for
I
them.
think
They
Memphis,
got young talent.
they're still far away. They're
They
far away from making
they have
noise.
work to do. They have work to do, but they look
They've
better than Portland.
definitely. I mean, I still think Portland's still going to be overall a better team than Memphis. I think Memphis.
Really?
What I
Yeah.
was. Oh yeah. I still think what Memphis just definitely accelerated their rebuild, because you picked up Cameron Boozer. You still people forget. I even forgot until the other day. Like, they still got Jalen Wells. Like, and he had an impressive rookie season before he went down with that injury. A little bit of a rough second year, but you still got him. Hopefully he comes back, because now you're basically, as of right now, you're still a part of that like rotation, a main piece of that rotation. You got Ty Jerome that's still there, Zach Edey, who's a promising young big man still,
Cedric
who has a
Howard.
lot of
He's just
Cedric Howard,
tall.
who,
Zach Edey's just really tall.
yeah, but he could be your defensive anchor though. If he puts in the work to be a little bit more elusive off his feet, I think he could be a good defensive anchor for that team. And
And
then
they
you
did just
say,
pick up
like what
Isaiah
Armand,
Stewart as well.
Isaiah Stewart, who's an enforcer as well, to come off the bench. Yeah, you're right. They picked up the other rookie, Kareem Lopez, who I'm pretty high on. I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be solid for the like a solid NBA player. So, I mean, they're in a decent spot, especially after moving out of that era of the grit and grind era. The
Got a shit ton
second
of
go around
centers,
of the
I'll tell
grit and
you
grind
that.
era. But
They got a
I
shit
think
ton
they'll
of
be all right.
centers.
They'll be all right. They're still far away, but I
Yo,
want to see the emergence of Cedric Howard, like how Armani said. That kid's a stud.
Creed.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I agree. He did his thing over in Memphis towards the end of the season as well. He was for someone that they talked about. They got a large lineup at the center. I mean, they got Zach Edey, Santi Aldama, Cameron Boozer, Isaiah Stewart, Taj Gibson. He's a veteran. I don't see him playing very
He's
much
still
at
in the
all. But
NBA.
according to the roster I'm seeing here, he's still on the roster. So shit, Taj Gibson, he's a veteran in the locker room. So
They got
like I
shit
said,
ton
I
of
don't think
fours
he's not
for
gonna have
real.
any playtime. Yeah, they do. They
Yeah,
got size.
Boozer,
You got that
Aldama,
great
that's
ride
their
down
four.
there.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
no,
got some
I
size down
like
there, so that's gonna help them out.
Yeah, I like the direction that they're going with their rebuild. Will they be good this year? No. They're not going to be a good team, but
They'll be in the
Sorry.
lottery next year.
they
Yeah.
did start. Yeah, but they did start their rebuild off to a good start, especially with all the draft capital they got for Triple J and Desmond Bain. I feel like that also is going to help them when it comes to this rebuild, especially with these new draft lottery rules. That makes things a lot more unpredictable. So yeah, Memphis is looking good for their future for sure.
Yeah, they got that new coach as well, Tomas. So that's gonna be something that's gonna be a little bit of a trial for him as well, being the first year head coach of that team. First year, right?
In
guys? Or is
Memphis?
it second year?
He'd be
Second
entering
year,
his
right?
second
third
full
year?
year.
Oh, second
Oh,
full
it's
year.
really?
Okay.
Second full year next year. Yeah, because remember he came in the year Tyler
Okay.
Jenkins got fired and he was interim, so he didn't get the full position until this past season.
Okay.
No,
okay.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, second full year.
Yo, the West has got some hot moves going on. I mean, the shit. You got Ja Morant. I wouldn't say hot moves, but just getting players of the type of talent that they have. And then moving on over to Timberwolves, Minnesota, partnering up Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. Talk about Harlem Globetrotters. Them boys are going to be nasty as a backcourt. What y'all feel? Armani, I'm curious to hear your take on this, honestly, because you've talked about LaMelo before, but how does LaMelo look now being on a team with Anthony Edwards?
Well, it's good for LaMelo because he finally has a running mate that is legit better than him. Like, we know Ant, but when it comes to Ant and LaMelo, like LaMelo is the two, and that's solidified. So that's going to be a guy that he's going to be able to, get him into his spots and also help Ant. That helps Ant tremendously. Because Ant doesn't have to be on the ball and create his own shots. He could be off the ball more, and he could just, get into his spots. Maybe take one dribble, two pull up, two dribble pull ups, and get to his spots a little bit easier without wasting as much energy. But for Minnesota as a whole, I low key think they lost the trade. I know a lot of people like the trade for Minnesota. I think they lost the trade. Reason being is Naz Reid to me. I think that's going to be a bigger loss than what people are giving credit for. Naz Reid is a prototypical guy that you need in today's league to compete for championships. When it comes to being 3-and-D, feisty wing he could guard the perimeter. He could guard posts in the post. Like, I think Naz Reid is going to be a big loss. And another thing too that was kind of confusing is it's kind of similar to Portland, but it's just not as bad. It's also similar to the Spurs lineup. Is you just re-signed Ayo Dosunmu, so now you're gonna have a lineup of LaMelo, Dosunmu, and at the 3, Rudy at the 5, and who's the 4? Jaden McDaniels. To me, I think that's a little bit small, especially with the first 3 positions, to where teams, I think they will take advantage of it. Luckily with Ant, he is a little bit like he's not tall, but he's more he's stocky. So I'm pretty sure he could guard threes, especially in the post. But over time, that's going to wear on him, I think, on that side of the ball. So, which is why I think another reason why Naz Reid would have been big for them. Because now they went from a lineup that would have been a big lineup to one that's a smaller one. Instead of having Reid, Gobert, McDaniels, Ant, and Dosunmu, now you get smaller. And yes, LaMelo is 6'7", but he's a small 6'7". He's a skinny 6'7". So to me, and another thing too that a lot of people aren't taking account, LaMelo, yes, he did play a lot this year, but he has been pretty injury prone over the course of his career. So we have to see if he even holds up, because with the draft capital they gave up and how far in the future that they gave it up, if this doesn't work out, the Minnesota Timberwolves are fucked, to be honest. So this has to work.
Oh, yeah.
If it works, it's a good gamble. If not, It's a gamble to say the least. It's a risk, but we'll see. But in my opinion, Charlotte won the trade.
No Dante either. Just to add that in there, he did have that Achilles injury, so that's another thing they're gonna miss
In the
Dante.
playoffs, yeah. So he's for sure going to be out for the majority of next season, if not the whole season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They also acquired Josh Green as well. He plays that guard forward position. A little versatile. He's more of like a hard-nosed wing defender. I don't really see him doing very much there, but he'll probably obviously come off the bench, but he'll probably play that role with Ayo Dosunmu, I'm sure, in that 3, possibly maybe 2 position. So that's the other pick that they did get. I want to toss that in there as well, but yeah, they are going to need help. I mean, I had asked you guys earlier too this week or last week, if I'm not mistaken, with Rudy Gobert being the only center over in Timberwolves, they're a little stretched thin right now. I mean, Rudy Gobert, I get it, 4-year defensive player of the year. I understand those things, but he's going to need help. He can't be the only guy down there at the center. I'm looking at their roster here, and they're a little bit light, and not only just in height, but just in the center position as well. So, while I do like the LaMelo and Anthony Edwards on the same team, their backcourt does look really nice offensively. They have a lot of risk when it comes to that depth chart and that height. So I don't know where Minnesota's going. Just like you said, Armani, if it either works or it doesn't. That's really what it is. There's no middle ground here. It's either it's good or it don't work.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with like Armani. I mean, for me, I like the trade on both ends, but who really won that trade was Charlotte. And in hindsight, like a couple days later, I guess, yeah. It just proved that Charlotte won that trade because not only did you resign Kobe White a few minutes after you made that trade to solidify that Kobe White's going to be that starting point guard over there, but then you also end up trading, which segues to, and still talking about the same team in Charlotte, is Charlotte finally got rid of Miles Bridges as well,
Yep.
trading him over there to Phoenix. But not only did they trade him to Phoenix, in return they got Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, and a couple picks. So once that trade went down, that to me just shows that Charlotte is all in on just building an overall roster where you have guys that are available. You're building for the future as well with whatever, also on top of whatever it is you got now. I don't know if they view either Brandon Miller or Concanipple right now. Like, it's not a solidified decision on who's that franchise player.
That's a good question.
I think that this year kind of will answer that question, but it's great because Kobe White already knows he's a playmaker, so he's gonna find both of these guys in their spots. Brandon Miller's a drive-in type of guy. Concaniple's your shooter. Then you got Naz Reid that could pretty much do it all, guard almost every position 1 through 5, and then you got Musa Diabate, whatever his name is, who's a promising young big as well too. So that lineup. And then now adding Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen, some enforcers, 3-and-D guys off the bench. Dude, like, Charlotte, this just proves that Charlotte won that trade. When it's all said and done, they just showed that they won that trade. And on top of that, they also got all those picks back from LaMelo's deal. So they got a team right now, a good overall team from top to bottom, a good team. And then you already are setting yourself up for the future. If you view one of these guys not being the one, you could trade them away. You have those picks to dangle in those trades as well to potentially get another star back in return in the trade. And that to me, it just like hats off to the fucking GM over there in Charlotte, because I mean,
I like that Naz Reid pick up for them.
They don't gotta pay LaMelo. They don't gotta give him 250 M's with his injury history.
Yeah.
Especially since he hasn't really proven anything in the playoffs. So when you look at all the factors of what is involved in this deal, like, it's a no-brainer. No.
He's only made it to the play-in, right? Just to play in, and that was it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Okay.
The play-in, that's about it.
So yeah, I mean, a couple of things. I mean, I like the Naz Reid being over in the Charlotte Hornets as well. I think he's going to be a pivotal piece on that team, obviously with Miles Bridges going to Phoenix. So be on the lookout for Naz Reid. He'll probably have career highs this season, especially considering the fact that he's not going to be playing underneath Julius Randle. So look out for Naz Reid. He's definitely going to be a factor in that Charlotte Hornets lineup. But I'm just really curious to see how that starting lineup's going to look. I mean, obviously, as you mentioned, Lou, you got who's going to be the franchise player. You got Brandon Miller. Is it going to be Con Knipple? Like, we really don't know. So this is going to be the year to see who is going to be the go-to option. Because one thing you're going to need to have is a go-to option.
Who's
or
to
maybe
say?
Kobe
Who's to
White.
say that? Or who's to say it can't be Naz Reid? Maybe a Naz Reid unlocks some shit that. No, I'm just saying though. But like, I'm just saying though. Like,
Armani had no faith. He said, "Nah,
know, bro.
Shut that down now."
You never know. Naz Reid comes back with a vengeance. Because I mean, think about it.
That's a perfect three to me.
If you're Naz Reid, you trade Julius Randle, and you're telling yourself in your head, especially after all these reports that, I'm the starting power forward now for this team. Like, I'm officially a starter for this team. The team that drafted me, the team that I grew up with like the best player on the franchise, and Anthony Edwards. And then next thing you know, you trade me.
Yeah, it's
you don't think that guy's gonna want to come in and want to fucking go ham to prove a point?
He's gonna be starting in Charlotte as well too. So
yeah, most definitely.
He's definitely gonna show out for sure. So I could see that, but I don't know about being the franchise player.
If Naz Reid is your franchise player,
Charlotte.
If Naz Reid is your franchise player, you're cooked. It's over for you. Rebuild. Blow it up. GG's.
Yeah, you might as well. Man.
Yeah. But on a serious note, I agree. I do think he will play with the Visions, but I think he's a perfect third option or hell, even second option on the championship team. But franchise player, that's fair. That's tough.
Yeah, that's the only thing. They don't got a franchise player just yet.
Being optimistic here.
I know.
Clearly. Clearly.
The optimism is here.
Optimistic.
I think the last big trade that really just popped off recently, another player that's going to be returning back to his, I guess, hometown, not hometown, but back to a team he played on before his second stint. That's Kawhi Leonard. Returning to the Toronto Raptors. If you guys know, yes, he was the one player. The Claw has returned to Toronto. I'm sure that Drake is pretty excited about it. It's up in the 6 right now. So, let's dissect that with my woes. Let's just dissect that real quick. So, Kawhi Leonard back in Toronto, back in Canada. Now they've traded Brandon Ingram over as well to the Clippers, which is fairly interesting. But when you starting lineup, you got Emmanuel Quickley, R.J. Barrett, Kawhi Leonard, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a solid starting lineup, and you bring Kawhi into that.
The Raptors have officially became like title contenders already just off this trade.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, it's what I'm seeing right now. Adding Kawhi and taking out Brandon Ingram, you've now added so much defense to that team, and Kawhi's already played for this team before, so he's already gonna know. And correct me if I'm wrong, what you guys feel, but I do feel like this particular Raptors team, and I think I left out Scotty Barnes, but this particular Raptors team, it does look a little better on paper than that 2019 Raptors team. But how do y'all feel? That's my question to you. Do you guys think that this Raptors team is better than that 2019 Raptors team?
It's arguable. It's arguable for sure. That is an arguable conversation to have, because I mean, if you think about it, you had. I mean, Kawhi's Kawhi, right? So that's you can't really compare right there. You have him on both rosters. You have your 3-and-D guy in RJ Barrett, and that was your 3-and-D guy at the time was Kyle Lowry at the time. You have your facilitator, or not for, I guess you could say your facilitator and your defensive guy, and more of a paint presence offensively, and that was Pascal Siakam then. Now you got that in Scotty Barnes. You got, when it comes to like your shooter, I mean, it's Emmanuel Quickley. And then you have, I mean, Emmanuel Quickley has a cannon on him.
He's just streaky,
when he plays, and he's available because he's injury prone too. And then when it comes to the center position, I think that's where the older team got it beat, because you got to remember you had Marc Gasol, you had Serge Ibaka on that team. So now you got Jakob Poeltl. The only thing for me is and I think Armani would probably allude to this as well, is that that rookie that they had last year, Colin Murray Boyles.
Yeah.
I would like to see him in that lineup, but he's just too undersized to play the 5 right now, and he's not a shooter. So it's not like you could bring him in so then you could clear out the paint. He is a paint presence type of player. So I think they need to go after a big in free agency. Who that could be, I don't know. Because I don't
Hey,
know how their salary cap is looking like now with picking up Kawhi. Because remember, they're gonna have
Mitchell
to
Robinson.
they're gonna have to resign. Nah, because he's gonna demand a little bit more, too much money. I
You
think.
think so?
Yeah. Unless he's
Low-key-
willing to take that pay cut to go join them, because
Walker
if he
Kessler?
does, too much money. He
yeah,
wants
way too
over
much.
25.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He wants
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than
yeah.
Mitchell. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But let's just say though, in a funky
Andre
world,
Drummond.
right? If they were to, Andre Drummond would be the perfect fucking fit.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
The
one.
perfect fit. Andre Drummond would be perfect for him.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. At that point, who the fuck is scoring on that team in the paint? Mid range to the paint. Who's scoring on that team?
Wemby.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But, and even if at least you got in the beauty of this team is that even if you put RJ as a primary defender to guard your best player, right? Right, realistically, because you're not gonna put RJ on Wemby, but if you put RJ on your best player like a Giannis, a Tatum, a OG to guard those guys, and if he's having a shit game defensively, guess what? Switch to Scotty Barnes. Not a bad switch. And if Scotty Barnes is having an off night, hey, guess what? Switch it to Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
They got so much to shift around there that
They have
it
good
works
two-way
out perfect,
players.
and that's why just by adding Kawhi Leonard on this team, they're automatic contenders in the East, because
Yeah.
I don't the only hole that I see is the big man position, and I think they just need one solid guy off the bench. One solid guy. Like it doesn't have to be a flashy name. It's just got to be a solid guy that can come in there like a Norman Powell. Because Norman Powell, when he was on that team during that run, he was not like a fucking,
Is Buddy on the Raptors? Am I bugging? I'm mixing up my 2K players. Sorry, but isn't Grady Dick on the Raptors, or am I bugging?
He was a part of the trade.
He was in the trade. He's going to the Clippers.
He was part of the trade. Okay.
Damn, I was
Brandon
gonna say
Ingram
and Grady Dick.
Damn, I was gonna say he's been good off the bench, but fuck.
Yeah, that's good, Dick.
Yo, this.
I said he'd have been good off the bench, and I left it at that.
Yeah,
you wanted to. I didn't say his name. I ain't say his name. I just said he'd be good off the bench. That's all I said. You took it and ran with it.
You said this Dick was good.
No, I did not. I absolutely did not.
You said he was good, right?
No, I did not.
Is it his name?
I said
Dick?
he would be good coming off the bench. You put the name in
good
there.
Dick
not
off
me.
the bench?
Oh,
crazy you were.
Never said that. Never said that. That's wild. Pause. Anyways.
This motherfucker, bro.
My bad. Anyway, back to who's back.
My light literally turned off. I just went like this, bro. Like, the light was
Your
like, no dick
light was like, yeah, no dick. Facts.
No dick combos here.
Like, we'll keep it going.
Oh,
So yeah,
my God.
he would have been great. Yes, Dick Grady would have been nice off the bench for Toronto, but he was included in that trade. So sadly, I agree with you, Lou. They are going to need some help.
But even if he was there,
bench.
but even if he was there, he fell off of the rotation even towards the tail end of the season, going into the playoffs. So I wonder, even if he wasn't a part of that trade, would he have even gotten some playing time? You know what I mean?
I think so. He brings height. He brings some height and defense to the team.
Oh, he brings no defense. Grady Dick plays no defense.
Yeah, he's more so like
I tried.
He plays no defense.
Tried, guys.
I tried
this to get the pot stirring, but I just couldn't hold it.
Dick is only a shooter, okay?
Dick be shooting?
No.
I mean, in reality, yes. In every aspect, how you want to look at it, yes. Oh my God!
Hey, that boy Dick shooting at a high clip. That's crazy.
Oh my Lord, bro! I can't with y'all, bro.
Get back on this chair. Hold up.
We're gonna get canceled.
Lack of control,
Anyways,
baby.
hey, we can't get canceled.
Lack of
That's his
control.
name. I'm sorry that his parents decided to keep that name going. My fault. Like, what you mean, Bree?
Dick
Shit.
runs in the family name.
Lord have mercy.
Can't believe
Oh
one
my
takes.
God.
All right, no,
Oh,
listen.
To the
On a
Dick
serious
family
note.
reunion.
That's crazy. The Dicks get together? That's tough. That's wild.
All right. Anyway,
All right.
sorry, fans. I apologize.
No, for real. Listen. I was thinking about that question you asked, though, because that was a good question. And I was thinking about it, like, who is a better team? And low-key, I just think it's a matter of preference. I think if you want more of a top-heavy team, you go with this team now. Because the top players are better than that 2019 Toronto Raptors. With Scotty Barnes,
Younger
RJ Barrett,
too.
and Kawhi. But if you want more depth, that's when I'll go 2019. Because that team was hella deep. They had Kyle Lowry, Danny Green, Kawhi, Serge, Marc Gasol, Norman Powell, Young OG, Siakam.
Young OG.
Like, that team...
He didn't play, though. He didn't play Young OG.
Yeah, I think he was out during the playoffs, but I think he played some regular season.
He did play.
Yeah, in the regular season.
He didn't play the championship game, though. He was... The regular season...
No, yeah, he was out for the playoffs.
Run, he didn't get to play.
Yeah, he was out for the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs he was out.
But, like, regular season, he was there. So, hypothetically, if Kawhi would have stayed, I mean, he would have got to play more with him. But, yeah, I mean, personally, I would give the edge to 2019. Especially knowing what we know. We don't know what this team's going to do now. That run that team went on, bro, they played Philly, who was stacked in the second round. They beat Milwaukee, who was stacked in the conference finals. Then they beat a hurt Golden State, but nonetheless, they beat Golden State in the finals. So considering what they were able to pull off, I would give them the edge. But I ain't gonna lie, it's actually really close, especially if this current Toronto team, could get more depth around those guys.
Side note, because you brought up Philly, and I saw it pop up, so it just came in my mind. But y'all seen the news about Ben Simmons trying to possibly do a return to the NBA? He mentioned too, this is for you, Armani. He did mention the teams that he would want to play for would either be Philly or playing with his coach Spo in Miami. How you feel about that? You don't gotta take too long on it. I'm just curious. Yeah. We all know Ben Simmons recently won that fishing championship. I guess now he feeling he want to come back.
If this nigga's trying to come to Miami to fish and go to strip clubs, we ain't having that, bro. Like, I would like to see him. Like, if he want to come off the bench, like, that's cool. Like, I would like to have him.
Replace him for Khalil Ware? Minus the shooting?
No, honestly, no. He wouldn't even play for real, honestly. Like, he would just be kind of like a reserve guy. I'm just scared for him if he could make it through a Miami Heat practice. Because they're notoriously known, he got a bad back. He's been dealing with back issues. They're notoriously known for when you arrived in Miami, I forgot who said it, but it's like jail in a sense. They're going to hand you your mouth guard. They're going to hand you your knee braces. They're going to hand you your practice jersey.
Andre Iguodala said it.
Andre Iguodala said it, yes. And they going to say, yo, go get her done. And he was like, Andre Iguodala was like, yo, I don't normally wear knee braces. And they were like, nah, you going to need it. So that's how it is. Like, Heat culture is no joke. So I would like to have him, but only if he'll last. Pause.
I mean,
and that's left to be seen. I mean, the guy's been out of the NBA for so long.
Yeah,
what, 2 years
point,
now?
2 years. At this point, man, I think it's almost hard for you to come back. Will he possibly get a tryout? More than likely. I just don't see him actually being on an NBA roster at all anymore. I think it's also like his mindset, his attitude, all that stuff from the past. Things could have changed by now. You get older, you mature, and then you think about things afterwards, and you're like, "Fuck, man, I wish I could have done things differently." But I think because of that, we live in a new day and age in the NBA where they don't want to deal with that shit anymore. And I really can't foresee him. I don't see him being on a team where they're like, you know what, let's give him a shot and actually sign him. You know what I mean? Will he get tryouts? Yeah, possibly.
Hey, 6'10" point guard, power forward. So shit, maybe some team might find use for him. If he decides to actually go into the free agency and get picked up, he would be great off the bench, as Armani said. But yeah, he's not getting any type of starting role or something significant. You know what I'm
Work
saying?
your way up,
They
my
got to
G.
put the yeah, in fact, they
Yeah.
don't have to put the training wheels on that boy.
You're gonna play in the Sioux Falls Skyforce at first. You better be ready.
The
School Skyforce.
he said
Hey.
Sioux Falls. Damn.
Yeah,
Shit.
at
Where's
first.
Sioux Falls? Isn't that in North Dakota?
Something
Somewhere
like
up
that.
there, somewhere in the middle. Oh,
That's
so- that's
so
East,
far.
Middle America.
That's so far. Usually G Leagues are like closer to like the main city of the NBA team, and that's like one that's super far.
I mean, the Knicks, they got the Westchester Knicks.
Yeah, but that's you can still drive and still make
There
it within
are
the same day.
There's
Sure.
a couple of teams that are further. Like most of them are closer, but there are a couple that are further. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but there are
Boston,
some where it's
for
like
example, you got the Boston
Well,
Celtics, and then you got
Maine.
the Maine Celtics. Yeah.
But I think Maine.
No, aren't they the Red
still the
Lobsters?
Maine Red Claws?
or Red Claws.
Or
Yeah.
Red Claws, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, something like that.
You just
Yeah, but I
Did you just say Red Lobsters?
I knew it was something like that.
Guys,
I was
someone's hungry. Yo, Red Lobster, if you need sponsors, holla at your boys.
Facts.
But yeah, but I mean, Maine to Boston, I think is only a 4-hour drive. Because I went. Well, again, it's still a drive though.
Relative.
I mean,
I know what
it's
you're
not where you
saying,
gotta take you don't gotta take a flight from North Dakota down to literally the end point of fucking Florida. That's
fair,
insane.
That's true point.
But
Do we
either
still have
way,
a G
I mean,
League
that's
team?
besides the
They
point.
still got the Osceola Magic? They still got that team?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. That's literally about. Well, I mean, with traffic, probably like about 45 minutes. But yeah,
You already know how Florida
Yeah.
traffic is. Facts.
yeah, especially Orlando. But I mean, shit. That's pretty much when it comes to like the main trades. There hasn't really been like other trades. There's been a lot of players that's been re-signing. So far, ladies and gents, free agency has been a little slow to start. Safe to say, not a lot of big names have gone off the board. So it's a little disappointing, a little underwhelming. But hey, it's just a start, So a lot of these free agents that have signed have just re-signed or have been allowed to re-sign with their current team that they were just playing in. So just to kind of run by it really quick, Jose Alvarado did re-sign with the New York Knicks. So
Let's go.
the NBA champ Jose Alvarado and Landry Shamet, just to keep it with the Knicks, both
Yes,
have
sir.
re-signed with the New York Knicks. So they are staying put. DeAndre Ayton picks up his option with the Lakers, so he's staying put. The Magic pick up the option for Jamal Cain. Julian Champagny is staying with the Spurs. As of now, because I don't see him staying on the team. But the Thunder pick up the option for Lou Dort, so Lou Dort, as of now, is still a Oklahoma City
Shout out
Thunder.
Lukens.
Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis are staying put in Golden State. Al Horford being the oldest. Is he the oldest? No, he's not.
Now
Oldest
LeBron
player in
will
the
be.
But he's been in the league. He's been in the. Yeah, he's been in the league for a very long time.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's old man.
Zach
Rock.
LaVine picks up. Yeah, Zach LaVine picks up his damn near $50 million contract to stay with the Sacramento Kings. Who else? I'm going down the list here. We already spoke about Austin Reeves previous episodes because he signed with them last week. That's pretty. Oh, Andrew Wiggins is staying with the Miami Heat. So
He
That's good for
Nation,
them.
let's
Now.
go.
I like that one. That's a good
had
one.
the best 3-point shooting season in his career last year. So
Let's see if that continues.
Yo, shout out to
Knowing Wiggins.
which
yeah.
help. I mean, you would hope, right?
No, I
if you're
hope
Andrew
so.
Wiggins and you just had the best 3-point shooting season of your career, you're hoping you're working on that shit in the offseason. Like,
I mean,
you could only get better.
At this point now, I mean, he damn near really has to because there's no Tyler Hero anymore. Like, bro, you're the guy at this point now. What they put him at the 3, right? Because I think Norman Powell is technically going to play the 2, if I'm not mistaken. So
No, well, Norman Powell's
Powell
going to
won't
leave.
be there.
Norman Powell's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Oh, he's leaving?
Yeah. We're not going to
Oh,
have
Yeah,
the money to sign him.
he wants to get paid. Yeah,
We're not going to have
Damn,
the
he
money.
wants
Shout
that
out-
money, yo.
I like Norman Powell. I ain't gonna lie. I liked him when he was in the Clippers. I really, really did. And I liked him going to Miami. I really thought they were gonna do something when they brought him to Miami. It was just kind of unfortunate.
Same.
But I like Norman Powell. I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. I like him. He's a great NBA player.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
tough
could put Norman Powell on any NBA championship caliber team, and he's gonna fit right in. No matter whether he's your second, third option or whatever, you can put him in any
He can ball.
championship team, and he will fit right in.
He can ball.
The
I'll give
thing about
that
him
for
is
sure.
it's hard
And
to gauge his value for real, just because of like in the beginning of the season. To me, he's an all-star. He's an all-star. For
I
most
know,
seasons,
right?
he's
Isn't
an
it?
all-star. But when it gets to the end of the year and when it gets closer to playoff time, Norm Powell tends to not be the same guy. So it's like, who is Norman Powell for real? And to me, I don't. It's kind of sad to say. I don't think he's even a 2 option on the championship team. I think he can be at best a 3 to where he can be consistent and not have as much pressure on him. But his best role is as a role player in reality. Like I like Norman Powell in the position to where he's not in he doesn't have as much pressure as him to perform as consistently because now he could play free. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably why last year ended the way it did because he had so much pressure on him and he couldn't really keep up with
a lot of responsibility.
So, yeah,
I agree. I think I would like to see Norman Powell, and I could be off on this, but I feel like he's kind of like, because I'm a Knicks fan, he's kind of reminds me of like what a Josh Hart, but better than Josh Hart, of course. Yes, I'm not saying he's like Josh Hart as far as offensive scoring. He is better than Josh Hart as far as offensive scoring goes, but he could play that type of a role, like you mentioned, Armani, someone that comes off the bench and really sparks the bench. He could play a starting position, but just because of the inconsistency, starting off really hot and then just you're not too sure where he fits in after. So I would like to see him on another team to be able to push him as that role player because he can really fire up a team. Like you got Norman Powell come off the bench, kind of like how Nickeil Alexander-Walker did for Atlanta Hawks and what he also did for Minnesota. Maybe Norman Powell could fit that type of position. Not that position as far as what Nickeil plays, but just in the sense where he plays that role. Fills in, comes in as that role player, kind of get those points where he needs to. Shit, maybe even like a CJ McCollum even too, but he's just a little older.
Yeah. I think I like the CJ McCollum comparison, and I do like the Nickeil Alexander-Walker comparison. Josh Hart's more of those Swiss Army knife guys, though. He's more Josh Hart's like a Draymond. He's like a Draymond type guy where he's like he can do a little bit of everything. When it comes to Norman Powell and the damn, I'm blinking on the other guy you just said. Norman Powell and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, CJ McCollum, they're more so like spark plugs, microwaves when it comes to scoring. They're going to get you, they're going to get you 15 and 20 like that at will. And Josh Hart, I mean, he's not really that type.
Yeah.
So, I know what you meant, like in terms of like they could fit in as role players and help teams for sure.
Yeah. So you could put him on a team. It sucks to see if they're not going to keep him. I would like for them to because I really wanted to, but hey, I get it, Miami. You trying to win. You got Giannis. You gave up the whole entire team for Giannis. So I feel you.
Yeah.
But that is it, man. That's all the trades that's happened so far. Again, as Lou mentioned, a little disappointing. We haven't seen very, very much. Obviously, LeBron James, the hottest free agent right now. So we don't know where he's gonna go. But stay tuned, though. Stay tuned. I'm sure he's going to pop on a new team sometime, if not this week, maybe by the beginning of next week. Because, I mean, we're all waiting as fans, as basketball fans. So, shit, stay tuned because it's going to be crazy. And whatever team he decides to go with, we will be discussing it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, I mean, a little underwhelming, but, it's part of the game. Part of the game. Sometimes You'll get the first 30 minutes, the first hour of just nonstop free agents signing everywhere. But you know what this is? This just shows me that tampering shit really, really took a toll on a lot of these teams when it comes to budgets and all that shit.
Yeah,
the teams getting fined. So it's a lot of meetings. I mean, you got a lot of restricted free agent guys that are meeting with teams because, like Walker Kessler, Jalen Duren. So I feel like we're gonna start getting bigger names falling off the board after today. And leading into later in the week, maybe even going into next week. I mean, LeBron's not in no rush, so it's up to be seen, man. But I mean, we spoke about all the big trades. That's the most important thing. We kept y'all posted and kept y'all updated if you haven't yourself already. So, and that's what we're here for, So as you see in the social, the graphics, we're continuing to keep you posted as we get the news ourselves. We're crediting who we hear it from and who we see it from. So shout out them for doing the harder work. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I mean, as of right now, we're going to keep it on schedule like how we used to be on Mondays. We will be releasing on Tuesdays. So keep an eye out for that. Unless some unforeseen circumstances come up. But, everything should be good to go. Make sure to go shop that Cosmic Souls.
Yes,
you guys
sir.
already know. Amani, let them know where they can
We
find
got
you.
deals, baby. Yeah, go on cosmicsouls.com, KOSMICSOLS.com. We did just do a pre-order, which ended. However, fret not. You can still take advantage of the deals we got going on. So it's 2 pairs for
What's
80.
that website again?
3 for KOSMICSOLS.com. Cosmic Souls. So it's 1 for 45, 2 for 80, 3 for 114, or 4 for 144. The more you buy, the more of a discount you get. And you could start building your summer rotation. So y'all go ahead and take advantage of that.
Ooh. Yeah, it's been hot outside, so make sure y'all get y'all shorts for real, because, man.
Facts, bro. It's been hotter than ass grease out here, bro.
It's just insane.
Grease is crazy.
Shit, bro. It is hot as fucking shit outside, dog.
I thought he was about to say like the devil's ass crack or some shit. I've never. Yo, what?
Yeah. Everyone's heard that one before. You know, we're switching it up here. Ass grease. You know what I mean? Ass juice, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know? Yeah. But
damn, that's some hot shit. No pun intended.
It's been hotter. It's been hotter than hot shit. There's
No
some
pun
hot, steamy dog shit just standing in the corner that nobody went to go pick up after their dog took a dookie. You know what I mean?
Yo.
But yeah, ladies and gents, man, we love you guys. We appreciate you so much for, following us, showing love, man. Make sure to continue to share the pod, share the post, man. We don't have no giveaways, no nothing, but just the love and support. If you guys are willing to share the clips, repost it, put it in your story, tag us, man. We appreciate you. We will shout you guys out on the next following pod if you guys do. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all we got. Until then, keep up. And we'll see you guys next week. You guys already know the deal. Same time, same place next week.
Yes,
Love you.
Well, I don't, but